Lord, I'm in my pajamas, y'all. Pardon me. Pardon me. Apologies for the lateness of it all. And I pushed it back. And still, I'm thinking I'll put it at 11:30. I'm like, oh, it's 11:35. I'm like, it's 10:45. I digress. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's give your girl a minute to set up. Also, I have a puffy kid over here in the corner. Mom life, y'all. Mom life. We're going to get into this thing. Oh, let me and try to get through it. I said an hour and 45 at most, but really it didn't give that much. So if we could get through it in an hour, that would be great. I mean, hour 15. I don't know why. I'm sorry. My kid is huffy and I'm trying to not let it throw me off my square because he's whining and huffing and puffing in the background like he likes to do every now and again. I wanted to get some pictures of the reunion looks. I didn't really do such a great job of that. So maybe when we come back, I got some quick ones. I'll bring it up when we get to Jesus. When we do get to the reunion, we're gonna do the finale first. But maybe next week when we do part 2 of the reunion, I will hopefully get some more reunion looks to bring up for you guys. Hey, Monique, 69 ways. We on here about to talk about this doggone show. I don't think you're watching anymore, but we're gonna talk about it. So we got Love and Marriage DC season 3, episode I say it's season 2B. Episode 11, Defensive Lie. That title's not correct. It's supposed to be Lie Backer. I'll fix it later. And also part 1 of the reunion. Let's get right on into it. You are glad? Yeah. Shoot, and we got 2 more parts in the reunion. Which this part of the reunion, I was like, oh my God, how am I going to take notes? Oh, it didn't even give that much anyway. And I think a lot of people had those feelings. I saw a lot of people saying that on Twitter, just solely based upon them, saying all this stuff all over social media about each other. It is getting to be a lot. Some people are saying that I hope they don't come back. I don't agree with that, but then there also have been various rumors as to Ashley not being invited back, which Carlos says that that's not true, but who knows. I brought up that live that the Petties were on Jamie and Arena's YouTube channel where they said that Ashley said a slur and that was the whole issue, and that she basically hadn't been mic'd up since then. I didn't even check to see that to be true unless they just shot everything out of order. So I don't really know. But her, Winter, and to me, honestly, I know a lot of people don't like Ashley, but Ashley and Winter have kind of been giving you guys what you need. Well, I don't know if it's what you need, but they've been supplying the drama. Because Joy is not, we're not going to get into it. We're going to get into it. So we kind of pick up where we left off. Oh, let's not knock this stand over. We're at Irena's wig pop-up event talking about the whole thruple situation and Ashley finding it ironic that on their IG post, they are putting hashtag no sidekick when Carmen is laying in the bed in the bed with her bikini on with Clifton and Joy. Ciao. So she says she's not the only one that has brought it up, and she kind of throws Irena in there. And I think Irena was kind of bothered by that, but Irena has admitted to it before, so I don't understand what the big deal was about that. Said Ashley finds it weird that Carmen spends so much time with Clifton. Joy says, I think it was on her confessional, that at the beard oil launch, she learned the ladies were still on the whole throuple thing. Unpopular opinion, tend to agree with Carmen, who I am also really not a fan of. I don't know. Joy don't seem to diffuse it. It's like it's so easy to say, like, we're not a throuple. She might have, I think I do remember her saying it once, but a lot of times she just, I don't know. I feel like she kind of uses it to her benefit. What is going on here? Um, and then Carlos also, I'm trying to think if I had it in my notes. Carlos, well, yeah, I think it's in my notes. So Joy says to Carmen, "Oh, and you had yours saying." Carmen's like, "Yeah, but you weren't there." And I said, they need to mind their business. And Irene, her confessional, is like, "Girl, that is not what you said at the party." So they hit us with the flashback. And Carmen is way more vocal when Joy is not around. But, there we have it. And then Carmen says, "I said that the same thing could be said for Quick and Ashley and her friend." But Ashley's like, "Yeah, but we never been laid up in the bed together." That part. So Ashley also brings up Carmen being Clifton's number 2 on Ready to Love, amongst other things. I tried to skim back on some of these notes, y'all, because I know I can be really, really thorough. And some of y'all are like, what are we even really doing here? What are we even doing here? We just came to get the quick version. You giving us the whole breakdown. I don't even really care about these people, but I done stuck beside it. So I'm going to finish out strong. So I said Carlos is really feeling Carmen because she has her own confessional yet again. And this is where I said I also watched Carlos's interview with Carmen. I think it was earlier in this week or last week on his channel, where she brought out her boyfriend. And now that surprised me. Said that Joy and Clifton knew she had a boyfriend. Also, Irena and Jamie knew she had a boyfriend. Nobody wanted her to clear the air on the show. Nobody wanted to have the boyfriend on the show. Whether this is fact or fiction, I don't really know. Carlos didn't seem to refute it. So I was like, interesting. And he's a New Yorker. So shout out to Ray. um, Carmen says that she has been Clifton's ride or die for some time now. And it's unfortunate that people can't see their platonic friendship. I used the word platonic, she did not, without it being slanderous. So Winter basically says, "Okay, so you guys are not a couple. Carmen doesn't like you guys saying it. Like, let's move on here." So the ladies are kind of attempting to move on, and Joy's face looks quite bothered. I was like, Ashley kind of turned it to her, like, "Is there anything else?" And she's like, So we move from the scene. We're over at the Silver residence where Ashley and Quick are kind of talking about her telling Winter that they've been disconnected lately. He's like, no. She's like, you just kind of want to fix everything instead of just listening and hearing her sometimes. And he's like, yeah, I can't fix everything, but I'm a damn sure try. And Ashley feels like he needs to communicate more, is the long and short of it. He needs to spend more time at home and he needs to communicate more. So last year he said that they'd vacation more and they've only been on vacation once in the year. So he says he's going to scale back and then he constantly is adding to his plate. In addition, he has all of these different ailments that nobody can pinpoint and is causing stress on their relationship. Child, that is stress and doing too much, and y'all are too old to be ripping and running. That's one thing I cannot stand about age. Damn these grays and these little, lines on my face. It's the fact that I used to be able to push my body to do whatever I wanted to get it to do, and my body would do it. And once I got over 40 and the closer I got to, I'm 45, about to be 46 in June, my body just pushes back. We're either going to be sick, we're going to be shut down, something is going to happen. You're not going to push us back because your body's telling you, I need the rest, and you're not giving me the rest. So Quick doing it, I think they might be a little bit not older, a little bit younger than me, if not around the same age. You got to listen to your body. You got to give your body the rest, and you will have mysterious ailments. I don't know what is going on with my jaw right now. Mysterious ailments. So you gotta take the rest, or your body's going to take the rest for you. So she says that she hates being by herself all the time. Well, not all the time. I'm saying all the time. She hates being by herself with the other couples. Quick basically says, the life they live is not inexpensive. So I guess essentially that's why he works, even though on the reunion, not so much. So she says she feels like she can't express herself without him saying that he needs money, or him just kind of, essentially refuting what it is she's saying, and her feeling bad about saying it because he's talking about the daughter's dance classes being expensive and, the costumes, and, you know, dance parents know all about that. I was in dance when I was, I think, my junior high school years. So can't imagine how much my parents had to pay for that. Um, and then my oldest was in soccer, and Lord knows. Um, and what I did notice is she had her Fun Time Mom merch in the scene. She's got a Fun Time Mom t-shirt on. He's drinking from a Fun Time Mom mug. And I was like, okay, get that merch, get your business. We might not like the Silvers, but do your business. So anywho, she brings up therapy and he says, I'm not opposed to it. And I said, we shall see. In her confessional, Ashley's like, she cannot stay on this hamster wheel with the way things are going. And Quick says if she schedules it, he'll go. And I said, I sure hope so. But judging by the reunion, not so much. So Irena is planning Jamie's surprise retirement party. And LJ, that's Lil Jamie for y'all that don't know. I don't like to call Lil Jamie because he's a grown-ass man. But if I call him Jamie when you got the other Jamie, it's going to be confusing. So it's LJ. Stay with me here. He's helping out, and she asked him how his relationship is been with his dad since he retired because they were really getting into it. And he says it doesn't seem like Jamie has a lot of time to do anything with him, and he doesn't want to beg him or press him. So Raina's like, well, have you asked him? And LJ is like, no. She's like, well, do you ask him like, hey dad, let's go to the movies? And he's like, I know y'all are busy. Well, then LJ says, when's the last time you, me, and my father have hung out? A year, he says. So Jason is gone. He's like, I'm the only one home, and it still seems like there's no time for me. I go to work and I come home, and Irena's like, I call BS. You're busy too. He says when he comes home, there is nothing to do, so he heads back out. And I can see both sides. As a parent, I totally get what she's saying. And I also kind of get, because it feels like he's reaching out to spend the time. Like, what I'm saying? He's asking for it, at least here in this scene. And she's kind of like brushing it off, but she's also brushing it off because as she gets into it a little further, there are times that he's asked and he says no. So I get from both sides. Yeah, I feel like they gotta kind of meet each other halfway. He has to ask a little bit more, and they got to say yes, vice versa. Just get the whole ball rolling. Everybody's got to do their part. It don't have to be a one-man show. So he said that they make time when Jason is home in the confessional. I'm like, ooh, child, LJ is the middle child. I so get it. Because Jason's the baby, Brittany's the oldest. Oh my God. Yeah, I totally get it. And Irena's like, well, just plan something. Don't wait for your dad to do it. What I said, they got to meet each other some ways. Jay, close my door. So she says, when they plan something with Jason when he's home, they ask LD, does he want to go? He says no, he's not in the mood. And he's like, I know you're going through your own things. And he's like, kind of saying like he's not going through that much. She's like, but you get in a bad mood. And then Jamie don't want to be bothered with your mood. And in his confessional, he's like, he's not the only one that's in a bad mood. Jason's mouth is worse than his. And he says he feels like he comes second. And I have in my notes, even though I see Irena's side, I think she should hear him out. It's tough. That middle one always going to give you the pushback. Mine's is not giving me pushback about the time, but I know I do need to do better with that. And he's older, so, he's a little more, I guess, willing to spend the time with the parents. Where I'm at with my middle is he's 15, so he's at that teenage age. So child, he don't want to really be bothered with me, but we still need the time just the same. And I think that will kind of smooth things over in some areas. The middle child gets that cold child. Thank you to my parents for not making me a middle child because it was a consideration. We didn't do it. I digress. So Ashley's going shopping with Joy to pick out a look for Jamie's retirement party. And she says she wants to see Joy in a dress and not wearing no doggone black. And again, I'm a New York girly, so I loves me some black. So Joy looks like she's having fun, child. She's dancing around, giving us interpretive dance. These outfits is horrible. Okay, they bad. And I don't mean bad, meaning good, but they're having fun, having a nice time. Then they switch and start talking about the wig pop-up event. They're saying, everything was good until we got into the whole thruple, conversation. And then Ashley was in the hot seat in public enemy number one. Now, I don't know why Ashley took the hit for that one when she wasn't the only one. She probably was the most vocal, I guess, maybe is what it was. Because Arena also has said similar things. So in the confessional, Joy is saying that she likes to have fun with Ashley, but she's worried how long it will last because she has some concerns and some things that she really needs to get off her chest. So Ashley brings up like being confused because she was like, last time, we talked, I thought it was a dead issue. And then Joy kind of sparked it back up with the IG post with the hashtag no sidekick while she was away with Clifton and Carmen. So Joy's like, I like you, Ashley, but I love Carmen. No, I love Carmen and Clifton more than I like you. And I said, ouch. Which I get. She's known them longer. She hasn't known Carmen. Well, I guess she's known Carmen as long as she's not her husband. I'm going to leave it alone. So she said that there are things that she likes about Ashley, but seeing how she interacted with Clifton at the suite. And then we get that flashback. The suite is what changed things for you. Not at my house. Ashley says, and Carmen's like, yeah. If the issue was just between the two of them, then she could move forward. But, and I mean, I guess I'm going to agree because I was going to say, I don't know that. Could I like anybody more than my husband? I guess my best friend, it depends on the timing of the situation, but I guess my best friend. Then again, my best friend would never force me to choose. Although the husband might make you. Child, we're gonna move on because I'll be going to places in my brain and then I work it out on here. And sometimes it makes sense, and sometimes it don't make sense. And this is my first reaction. So sometimes I say something and like Dr. Heavenly, I gotta take it back in the next recap because yeah. So Ashley feels like when Joy gets around people that the stories change and stuff gets confused and Joy disagrees. And I don't know if that's necessarily the case either. But I'm seeing it from the outside looking in and I can't see everything that they're seeing and going through on the show. But if Joy says no, I'm gonna go with what Joy's saying. Ashley feels blindsided. So, and she says so in her confessional, and at the present, she asked Joy, like, so where are we now? Child, they get into an argument. I got so confused. I didn't even really get her clear answer to the question of where they are now, but they are nowhere. It's the long and short of it. They get into an argument. Ashley wishes them the best of luck. Joy basically like, I don't need that. And she's like, and and some fashion sense. Like she needs that, she did just little jabs. And Ashley says that Joy has flip-flop in the last 2 days. And I mean, to me, well, I'm gonna get it. That just gave Joy the point on one. Now I'm giving Ashley the point on this one. To me, from what we've seen, it does look like Joy is the one that flipped the script. Now, again, in that YouTube with Irena and Jamie, she did make it seem like Ashley was the one to flip. I don't know. I could just go by what we've seen. I'm an Ashley. I'm not a mean girl, but I rocks for Ashley, but when Ashley's wrong, I can't side with her. But I do feel like Joy is the one that flipped it in this situation. I don't know whether she just wanted to put it out there and just be honest or what exactly the situation was. Well, we kind of get into it a little bit later, but I agree with Ashley on that one. And then they just went back and forth, child. They was throwing jabs. About how Joy has only known Carmen a short amount of time, and we're talking about Ashley's best friend. I didn't even take notes about the little minutia of the argument because I was like, I can't do this ping pong match between the two of them. So in her confessional, Joy says that she doesn't know that they can move on from this, and they can't. They cannot, and they have not, because here we are these years later, and they are still, they are still over it, y'all. Hold on. I situated one child, and let me situate the other. I don't even know why both of them are up at this point, but they like to, especially my little one, enjoy the times like this when he does get to stay up, because during the school week it's absolute nah. All right. He may come back in here. He may not. So it is the night of Jamie's retirement party, and Irena is all dolled up in her mirror globe disco ball suit. I'm just kidding. It was kind of cute. It was different. Irena's always giving us the fashions. Her and Ashley are the fashion girlies. Winter be on the struggle bus. Joy, I understand Joy a little bit because since the panorama, your girl does like comfort. I do love some sneakers. I used to be a fashion girly myself. So, yeah. But them two is back there, and Ashley and Raina is up here. So the decor is kind of cute. It's simplistic, not too much, just enough. And that food looks good, baby, because you know your girl's always looking at the food. And the folks start to, pour in. We got Sharella in black. We see Yusha and Winter. Ashley and Quick come in, and in her confessional, Ashley says she has no idea what she's in for, because when the group likes to get together, it's gonna be the drama. And oh baby, yikes. We did pretty good. Before we even get to the end of it, we did pretty good for Jamie's surprise retirement party. Light on the drama, not much drama at all, if any. So when Irena says that Joy is performing, of course, we're gonna get a few comments from Ashley, and Winter is like, I thought everybody was good. And Ashley's like, what did she say? We were up until a few days ago. And then she proceeds to tell them what happened when she and Joy went to pick out this outfit for the party. And then we actually, cut to the scene so we could see it all over again. I'm not going to rehash it because we just talked about it a minute ago. And then Ashley says that she suggested that, they basically be cordial, but Joy is the one that said she wanted to move forward with the friendship. And so here we are. So Irena is like, I'm so confused. We were too. Irena, Carmen offers some clarity in a moment, and Irena didn't like that either. So Jamie shows up. He's got Mama T, Jason, and Brittany. He didn't know what he's in for, so he's surprised. I mean, he did look genuinely surprised, but it's like, I know he knew that they were filming. Maybe he knew it was something, but he didn't know what it was because he had to get dressed up. And he said she gave him a location. So anyway, so he gets like a little award, and his mom and dad are there, and he's tearing up. I mean, I'm tearing up. And his kids get up there and they say a few positive words, but he looks really, really moved when LJ thanks him for saving him and tells him he loves him. And I was like, it's just a little thug tear, just a little thug tear, y'all. I'd be so happy for moments between parents and kids where they can kind of like come together in that moment, because it's rough. It's rough out here. Okay. In the confessional, he says that he hopes that he has more time for him. That's LJ in regards to his dad. And then Jamie tears up talking about, always promising to make it back home to his family. And by God, he has done it. Okay. And he is all retired. And then, baby, all of a sudden, Al B. Shore popped up. And I was like, it's Al be freaking sure. So Irena says she had put a picture of I'll be sure and Jason side by side on IG. Irena, baby, why? Yes, but then again, no. And she says that they have been fast friends ever since. So I'm like, okay, so now we have I'll be sure. Like, why do we even need Joy? But it looks like he just says a few kind words about Jamie and he only saying nothing. And I was like, child, I guess. I'll be sure without, a little girl, something. Give me something. Give me a little something. I'll be okay. Because your girls from that generation. So we find out that Clifton can't make it. He's had a family emergency, but Joy shows up solo dolo, and she says she just loves the Tylers so very much. And this is her first time doing a roast, and it's going to be a singing roast. And she had mentioned that in one of the other episodes, and I was like, girl, what you mean by roast? So she gets up there, and it's more like a rapping roast, and girl, it is horrible. Sharella's face, baby, and Ashley's like, oh, this is horrible, like out loud in the open. Ashley, girl. So, yikes, I don't know. But Irena's dancing a little bit, and I was like, girl, okay, I guess. So in the confessional, Jamie said Joy is a beast. Jamie, were we watching the same thing, homeboy? I mean, okay, go up for your friend. And Irena says that even though there were haters in the audience, Joy did well. Again, go off for your friend, girl. Go off. So I said, baby, the delusion of it all. So Yusha says, it was kind of good. And Winter's like giving him the side eye and is a little annoyed in her confessional. Now, speaking of being annoyed, Ashley is annoyed because Quick has to leave again, dash off early somewhere else as he normally does, because Winter is like, she's making mention of it in her confessional, how Quick is always either not coming, leaving early, and Ashley's over it, she needs her husband, all of the things. So Joy comes over and says her goodbyes, and it's all eye rolls from Ashley. No sooner than Joy leaves that Carmen pops up and like, where's Joy? She said she had to go to Ashley's like, that's because she doesn't like me anymore. I be feeling like Ashley, grow up sometimes, girl. Just grow up just a little bit. Still a baby, okay? And then she explains for the second time in the episode. I mean, we saw it live and in living color first time. Now this is the second time in the episode in the same party that they went shopping. They got into an argument. Ashley says, we were playing around, and then all of a sudden, I had a great time. Child, hold on. I need to take a drink of a little bit of water. I need to be having my music ready. So I don't have to give you guys dead air and awkward pauses. Let me hit you with that for a few minutes. Something stuck in my throat. Okay, y'all. I had some coffee. Your girl had some coffee. I don't know that it did anything, but I really wanted to do the finale, take a quick pause, do part 1 of the reunion. And whilst I was doing part 1 of the reunion, have a little sipperization. But I'll be too tired. I'll be too tired, y'all. I had to take that coffee. Like I said, I don't think that coffee is going to make me stay awake, but I needed it, and I wanted to get this done and out of the way and over with, because we have 2 more and then we're going to move on with life. And also I contemplated it on doing Sunday, but I did DR from Detroit last night and kept this on Saturday so I could leave Sunday open, because I'm doing a panel on English channel 2 times on Sunday. So I said, let me just make it so I don't have anything to do, that I don't need to be trying to rush around and get ready for anything else, that I could kind of just give it that, do my dinner, hang out with my kids, try and get to the gym. TBD. Look, I'll get back to you on that one. So back to these notes, y'all. Back to these notes. So Ashley's saying, they were having a great time, they were dancing around, and then she came back and told her that my love for Clifton and Carmen is more than my like for you. I mean, Ashley is in her actress bag. Okay. Did you see her little headshots over on IG? Okay. She's giving you actor. Okay. So Sharella asked Carmen, she's like, so are you Joy's best friend or no? And Carmen's like, no. And Irena's like, well, Joy considers you as a best friend. Irena didn't like that 1 minute. And I don't blame her. I don't blame her because I think Irena says it in a minute. Like, you waited till Joy got good and gone to start talking to shit. And I would have clocked that too, because that would show me what type of relationship I can have with you in the future. So Carmen says, listen, her and Clifton are really good friends. And out of respect, she's friends with Joy. And Carmen says, she is not okay with her not being friends with Sharella for no reason and not having a conversation with Black. She doesn't believe in some of her ways, some of the ways that Joy moves. That's a conversation. If you're really somebody's friend, that's a conversation for your friend and not for the general public. Praise in public, all the rest of the stuff in private, right? So she's like, I have her back until she's wrong and she doesn't take accountability for things. I agree with her on that one, but luckily for Joy, Ashley doesn't take accountability either. So it's like, which is the lesser of the two evils? So she kind of, gets over in that aspect, and that's why people kind of swing on Ashley harder, because Joy's calm and she's quiet and she's under the radar. That's why I said she's giving me she's very much Ashley and giving me secret mean girl myself, but we got to go with the obvious. So Carmen thinks, this is where we get a little clarity, that Joy thinks that the argument with Joy, she started with Ashley as a result of her not finishing the conversation that they were having at Irena's wig pop-up event, at which Joy said nothing. Ashley asked her, is there anything else? I told you, and Joy was kind of like, but she didn't say nothing. So she was bothered. And I get it, because I'm very slow to process things and I think about things after the fact. That's why I'm a very swing first, ask questions later. Growing out of that, don't really swing because I don't really fight. But just my brain doesn't always process as quickly as I would like it to with that snappy comeback. Now, my best friend, that's one thing I've always admired about her. She is very quick with it, very quick with the comeback. I don't have that gift. So I get it. So she probably went home and sat on it, pissed her off. And so instead of just calling her up, texting her, getting it out that way, she started an argument. As she didn't just intentionally start the argument. They were having fun, but when Ashley started to get into the conversation, I think she saw her way to say what she had to say, So in the confessional arena, she does not appreciate Carmen throwing Joy under the bus while she is not there, and feels like she was doing some backstab. And like I said, if you'll do it to her, what will you do to me? That's why Carmen is over there with them and Irena's over there with them. So everybody's having a good time, and then we're winding up. This is the end. Your girl done got through it in 35 minutes. This is the end. We are wrapping up the finale. So Black says that their next chapter is touching the world with their creativity. He's going to put out some music, and his wife is getting back to fitness. Yay. Winter says one of the greatest things she's learned about herself is that love allows her to be free flowing and willing to just go along with the flow. Winter, what are we even talking about? What are we even talking about? It's so funny. I wrote that in my notes. She says that she wants to be intentional about her and Yusha, because he's sitting there with in the confessional, and she doesn't want to miss or skip any steps. But if she gives them time to make decisions about the future, they can get to the right decision. Hey, Candy Love. It's okay, girl. It's okay. It's all right. Yes, because Winter, she's going with the flow. She's going along to get along, baby. So that's her little spiel. So now we done been through the Duncans, we done been through Yushen Winter. This year was not good for love and marriage. The negative is being around people who don't know who they are. Now, this is Ashley speaking, you guys. She doesn't do liars. You can call me a mean girl, but you can't call me a liar. Professionally, things are amazing. And when it comes to her marriage, she wants to get to a better place. She wants to spend more time with her husband. And if Quick goes to therapy, that will be the highlight of her year. And that's really sad because we're going to talk about it in the reunion. And the reunion, well, let's not say that. The reunion was taped back then. So the reunion was accurate for that time period. So now I don't know, fast forward to now where we are now, if he is also not going to therapy now. But as of the reunion, it's a no. Girl, I said I needed a drink. But if I have a drink, I'm going to go to sleep. I had to have some coffee. I'm sipping on some water because something can get stuck in my throat. And we're going to get through this finale because the finale didn't get as much. Neither did part one of the reunions. We're going to get through this finale. Got like another minute. I'm going to take a quick little pause for the cause and then get into the reunion. So Jamie says it was a great year for the Tylers. Irena says that we were very vulnerable, especially Jamie. Jamie opened up a lot this year. They got some new friends, and they've been hanging out a lot. She says they have a better relationship with Winter, surprisingly. Not in the present tense. And the future for the Tylers is brighter than ever. They're at peace right now and a good place. And Jamie says that the sex life is picking up. So, I mean, there it is. The end. Love and Marriage DC. Season 2, B3, episode 11, Defensive Linebacker. There you have it. The finale. Did it give? Not so much. Did I give? I hope so. That's the problem I had last time with Bold and Bougie. It did not pick up both. And so since I had that happen, I said, we're not going to play these games, although I can actually watch it on the OWN app. Yes. I am going to take a quick little pause right here, like quick little pause for the people. You can get a drink. You can take a bathroom break. I'm going to take a drink. I'm going to put the music on. And then we're going to come back and hit the reunion. Like I said, I wish I could have gotten more pictures for the reunion, but maybe next time. So, yeah. And then this way, I can probably chop this live up and give y'all that don't want to watch the whole thing full through finale and reunion. So we'll see. You want to stay right here? Okay, boom. Let's pause for the cause really. Give you boys a little music. What the heck did I just do? Come back for you. Not my computer freezing. Like the video, you guys. Give your girl one quick second. I got some new music, y'all. I hope y'all like it. It's a little sexy. I especially had to change it in the intro because they kept clapping my ass for that intro. So I got some new music. I gotta add some more. I gotta add some more. All right. I hope that wasn't too long. So we're gonna get right into this reunion, y'all. Like I said initially, I was like, oh, we're gonna be like an hour and 45 minutes. Your girl is trying to get off here in like an hour 15. Okay, because there's two things, but the finale didn't give that much, the reunion didn't give that much. We're gonna get right into it. This is all I could grab in the short amount of time of trying to do no let me move this really quick of doing the notes. Um and getting everything situated for coming up here. Like I said, I came up here in my pajamas for you guys. We got Ashley De Silva with quick peeking in the background over closest to me. And then we have Winter in the middle. And then we have all the way over on the other side, we got, excuse me, the Tylers, Jamie and Arena. Now, I don't know. Like I said, Ashley and Irena are usually giving us, you know, I liked Ashley's look better than Irena, which is not the usual. Um, didn't really like Irena's look. I don't know, maybe if I had seen it 2 years ago, if I would have liked it. I really like Winter's, except for this picture of her standing up where it looks like it's a bodysuit. I don't really know, but sitting down, I liked it. It was kind of like giving us, wedding dress, but not really. And so I like that. Ashley's was cool. I mean, we're gonna get to see ooh, child, Freudian slip. I mean, yes, but no. Okay, so what happened? I went to Ashley's page, I went to Winter's page, and I went to Irena's page. I did actually go to Joy's page. Joy nor Clifton really post too much about Ready to Love. So there were no reunion looks on their page, which is why I don't have one of them here. I did a Google search. I didn't really find much. I went to IG to get you guys these pictures just so we can have something to look at as we talk about this reunion. And like I said, hopefully next week I will get everybody, because I don't have Joy and Clifton. I don't have the Duncans, Black and Sherelle, who weren't even in part one of the reunion. You should gonna pop up later, which we don't care what he's looking like. And who else am I missing? Yeah, they do look beautiful. I just wasn't a fan of the dress. Like at the top for Irena was kind of giving me like ice skaterish. I mean, everything is always fitted. I will tell her that I like the cute little hair. Makeup is looking good. It's just this piece wasn't. This is a beautifully fitted dress, but it was, I digress. So, we always got to go get Carlos, and he's running around in everybody's dressing room, visiting the people, seeing what's going on. And we see Irena, she's got Riri. That's the bob. That's her bob is bobbing. Bob is bobbing. She got it on a wig head now. See, she don't wear it, but it's there just in case she need to go. She ready to go. So the Tyler said that they are there to clear the air. Winter is getting ready, and Carlos is like, "Where's your man?" And she's like, "It's crickets." We get shrugs. We get shrugs. The Petties also say they're going to clear the air, and I said, "Well, that sounds familiar." Carlos asked the Silvas what is their goal, and Ashley feels like there are a lot of misconceptions, and she calls the people TV actors. And I said, "Ashley, baby, again, go to Ashley's IG page, check out her headshot." Although Ashley don't seem to be acting. Ashley just be Ashley and just putting on for her city, okay? So Jamie is trying to bring a folding chair from backstage. I said, "Jamie, you play all day, okay?" And Carlos, where's your shirt? Where's your shirt? Carlos was like giving you, and he had the vest and then the jacket. I mean, okay, fine, I guess. And what kind of Clifton with the sneakers, and then, baby, listen. So I had to get a new TV. Lord, bear with me. Okay, just go with me for a second. I am watching this. It's a 4K. Not that it's expensive, y'all. That's not even the point I'm trying to make. Kids love it. It's great. It's great. But when we have stuff like this and you got to see so closely the makeup and the, I was like, I don't need to see all of that. I don't need to see all that. I don't need to see all of Clifton's legs and ankles on top of those sneakers. But I digress. Because Lord knows what I would look like on 4K. And this is why I'm saying it. It's makeup. It's not like it's bad skin, but it's too much. It's for action. It's for an action movie. It's not for reality TV that we need to see your face this closely. I don't need it. I digress. Back to what we get into. So I said Joy cut her locks, which I guess I knew from seeing her on Jamie and Arena's YouTube. Um, so now we're on stage with everybody, and Joy is just happy to be there and surprised that they made it to the end. And Clifton's like, he's not surprised, they made it to Endgame before on Ready to Love. Indeed, they did. Different setting, but here we are. Winter is there, and she's solo. Hey, girl, hey. And she said, everything is going amazing. Carlos says she looks great. I agree. Like I said, this is a picture she put up on her page. Okay. She got this one. She got one that's sitting down. I went with this one so we can get the full zhuzh of it all. But I was like, I agree. I like it. He tells her, welcome to the main cast. And she's like, well, thank you. I work for it. So Carlos brings up Winter and Ashley. They are best buds now. The whole world knows. And we get, you know, all of the photos, courtesy of the interwebs. And, almost said Ready to Love, child. Woo, Lord. Not that. And Love and Marriage DC. So Carlos is like, oh, when's the last time you guys saw each other? And like, oh, we saw each other last night. And Carlos was like, oh, Raina, were you invited? She's like, nope. And I slept quite well. I said, okay, honey. So Carlos says, oh, so you're no longer getting the D. And Irena says, yeah, I think the D over there is sour. And I got the D sitting right next to me on the couch. I said, oh, okay, Irena, that's a stance. And you go ahead and take it, baby girl. Hey, JB. Thanks for coming by. We talking about this reunion. I didn't really get no look, so this is what I got. I said maybe by the time we get to part 2, I'll have something a little bit better. I had to go to IG and grab what I could grab. So first we get the Tyler's package, and we're revisiting Irena's little friend child. We go back to season 2 or the beginning of the season where Jamie was talking to Irena a little crazy, and everybody was like, Jamie's talking to Irena like that. We are talking about Jamie's drinking, which doesn't seem to be that much of an issue on 2B or season 3. So we also get the package on LJ. Did I skip a part, child? Please don't tell me my notes is all messed up. Hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. Okay. Okay, never mind. I just wanted to make sure. I was like, wait a minute, because if I deleted something, I'm going to be so mad. So we get the package on LJ from his argument with Jamie to him wanting to spend time with his dad post-retirement that we just talked about in the finale. To quick calling him a bad kid. And Carlos wants to bring up first Jamie's drinking. So Carlos asks Ashley if she thinks that he drinks too much. And she says that she has been the one defending him about him drinking, among other things. And I never called him an alcoholic. But I heard in the streets that Jamie said he can't wait to get to the reunion to address me calling him an alcoholic, which I never said that. And Irena's like, Jamie is not an alcoholic. Ashley drinks more than he does. And Ashley's like, I do. I said, oh, why is this even an argument? Like, why does it sound like this is about to get heated? Yeah. It does. It definitely does. Drinking makes sense now. I hate that the season is so old now because, yeah. Next time, I know they didn't want to waste their money and throw the footage out, but just start fresh. At least we're in the present because everything that we're seeing is like already in the past. Irena wasn't listening to Ashley. Yeah, she just, but I will say this in in her defense. Ashley was talking very fast and very aggressively, and I hate to use the word aggressively. I hate to use the word aggressively, but she was like, and I never called him that, and I didn't say that, and I've been in these streets defending Jamie, and I never said Jamie without Ashley. I mean, can we say it a little quieter? But Ashley is Ashley. So, girl, you ain't missed much. You can definitely go ahead and watch it, and then catch it. Like I said, because I made the mistake at Bold and Bougie, I was not making the mistake over here. So I went back and made sure the DVR was set to tape both. But also, like I said, I can watch it on the own app in current time. So that really wasn't an issue for this show. So Ashley says she agrees. And Ashley's like, it's weird that Irena is now throwing shots when just a few weeks ago I saw her and she was speaking. And, this is all, like Candy Love just says, this is old news to us, but we're going to go over it again because this is purposes of the show. So Irena says that, she doesn't care if they're friends. She's a grown woman and she could be cordial. And I was like, Irena, you get a really buck for no reason. Ashley got a prop, child. What do you call it? A clapboard? Is that what they call? And scene. I was like, oh, I thought we didn't do the props at the reunion no more. Okay, girl. So she calls Ashley a little girl, and she says she's 12 years older than her. And baby, they started going back and forth and back again. It was another ping pong match, and I was like, ooh, my brain cannot deal with the ping pong match. I couldn't even hear all the jabs. Irena talking about flat tummy tea and printing out t-shirts in your basement, and Ashley says something about some type of skin. I was like, I can't. What is? It don't even matter. It's old. It don't make no sense. So Carlos is yes. Oh, no props at Bravo reunions. Yeah. Why? Ever since Kenya did that thing and Portia jumped on that girl like that? No, because then there was props after that. I digress. I'm just going off on a tangent. But I was like, that didn't land the way she thought it did. But child, I digress. Yeah. Yeah, she did call her a B at some point, and I don't even, yeah. That's why I said they were going back and forth, and I was just like, too much to take notes. Yeah, she did call her the B word. Just because they were going back and forth, there wasn't even really any reason for it. And then she's like, you call me a B. And like I said, and then we started talking about, well, what you doing down there? The flat tummy teas and I was like, okay, alrighty then. So Carlos is like trying to diffuse the situation and Quick chimes in, which he's having trouble getting a word in edgewise. And Quick is like, basically to answer the question, Ashley nor anyone in the cast call Jamie an alcoholic. He says that Jamie called Ashley an alcoholic. If I heard correctly, JB, you could correct me because I was like, yeah, yikes. Child, who is James? Jamie says, both of them say that he drinks too much. I don't know why it says James. I digress. And I do remember hearing people say that people did say he drank too much. I never hear the word alcoholic used. So Quick says, Jamie, you know how the confessionals go. They're going to ask you the same thing 1,000 times, but no one ever specifically called you alcoholic. Yeah, I was on Ashley's side with that one too, because I was like, oh, I get it. And I get Irena wanted to buck up, but this was not, the placement was wrong. Like when she's loudly saying that I support your husband, I never called him an alcoholic. Like what is the argument? But child, yes, a little bit for no reason. Half of it didn't make no sense. Make your head spin. So Carlos asked the Petties, would you like to clear anything up about the Tyler's child for why? It's a TV show, Kira, be cool. Okay. So Clifton says, well, as far as the alcoholism issue, he's never seen anything like they're a fun and genuine couple. Next. Enjoy adds, and truth be told, Jamie drinks too much, he goes to sleep. Thanks, Joy. So then that's when we start shifting gears to little Jamie, or LJ. I like to call him LJ. The little Jamie thing bothers me because he's a grown ass man. And they say that he's doing better. He's a totally different person from back then. They were in a bad place. And ironically, here comes the cameras like clockwork. Yeah, that's how that works. And what we saw was Jamie's frustration. So they go through the whole long package. It's not worth it going through it because it's basically just going through all the different scenes. And it's from season 3 and season 2. Because, like I said, it's really 2 and 2B. Everything. All the scenes. The hallway scene with him and Jamie that got real ugly and made me totally uncomfortable. Although I did get when he was like, he was with the bucking up. And yeah, something about you and the parent when the kid bucks up. Well, I guess it's not just being a parent. If anybody bucks up with you, you'd be kind of, it's like, what do you see? My brain sometimes. It's just like second nature. I digress. So he brings up LJ discussing mental health as well as Ashley. And then the conversation that Ashley had with him. So we see a clip of that. And Ashley saying that she sees a lot of herself in him, particularly when he was talking about harm. Carlos asked the Tylers if they appreciate Ashley having the conversation, and Irena says absolutely. Do you think it helped him? And Irena says, she thinks it did because he looks up to Ashley. And I was like, oh, I'm glad we're saying good things, because I was worried because they did say on their live that they take it differently now than they did then. So I'm glad this was then, and we're getting the positive feedback as to you having a problem with it, because I know Jamie does not like the comparison because LJ was in a 2-parent household and Jamie was as present as he could be while working an extremely stressful job, whereas Ashley's mom wasn't there. And I don't know anything about Ashley's dad, and I'm not going to even go there. So Carlos talks about the show airing while the airing and little Jamie having LJ having a bad reaction to Quick calling him a bad kid. That's quite natural. There was a lot of tense moments. Like I said, we revisit the scene in question. Quick is saying something about not addressing things head on. Child, Quick had a little word vomit for me. A lot of the back and forth your girl had to check out on. I stopped listening. I have in my notes and I've stopped listening. He says he has love for LJ and he understands why he was upset. He's glad that they got past it. And Carlos asked Jamie if he was upset that Quick called LJ a bad kid. And he says, yes, obviously. And that he could have just admitted to using the wrong word, which I totally agree. We could have got through that conversation so much more quickly if he had just said, I used the wrong word, man. I shouldn't have said that. Because going back to that particular conversation, I know I talked about it before, but it's the reunion, so we're going to talk about it again. When they were at the Tylers and Quick was doing all that rah-rah, he was pissing me the hell off. Because all it was is an apology. I understand that you didn't want him to be on social media, but you said it on TV for everybody to see. So there's that. Could he have called you personally? Yes. We addressing it on you addressed it on TV then, we're going to address it on TV now. There was no need for that rah-rah. You just didn't want to apologize, and I appreciated LJ being cool and calm and collected in that moment and not matching Quick's energy, because it could have really gone left, which is, I'm assuming, why they had the conversation at his parents' home in front of his parents. It could have really gone left. Instead, he's like, what, yo, why are you yelling at me? He was very mature in that conversation, a little even more mature than Quick. Irena says that the labeling of being a bad kid was the problem. He's made a lot of bad decisions, but he's not a bad kid. I agree. It's not my kid, just based upon what I've seen, but I get it. So they talk about Jason. They said Jason is doing well. At the time of the reunion, he was still at Doors. We know since then he's completed the Doors program and he's back home. They talk about Jamie and Irina's marital issues and have they moved past things in the past because we got to bring up old boy, the friend, and we had just talked about that earlier. And then we got to talk about Jamie having inappropriate conversations with females, but Irina never really finding out any proof of anything. So, I guess emotional cheating, if you will, I guess. And that they swept a lot of things under the rug, which we also addressed with Miss Terry, right? So Carlos asked if infidelity is a deal breaker, and the long and short of it is it's really no. They kind of said, Arena said it depends on how long ago it was, and Carlos was like, "What if you found out he cheated 20 years ago?" Like, I mean, as a woman, you might still be irritated about it. Well, maybe not 20 years and being married, but essentially, like if he did it 20 years ago, shrugs. So then we get the Silva's package, and Quick's a workaholic, and he took a break, and then he got right back to it. And Carlos talks about Quick and his lack of work-life balance. Listen, we all can use a little dose of work-life balance, but nobody needs it more than Quick. And like I was saying on the finale, if you don't take that break, your body is going to take that break for you. And we are in our 40s. They might be 2 seconds younger than me, but we still in the same age range. And you gotta slow down. The reunion just didn't flow. I hate two of the dresses and the I talked about that a little earlier before you came on, but I'll go back to it. I was saying that usually Ashley and Arena they're hitting on the fashions. They're hitting on the fashions, right? I don't even really look at the men like that. I mean, I do, but I don't. I get certain elements of it. Ashley's was cool. Irena's, I ain't really like this piece, up here is giving me like ice. This piece right here is giving me ice skater. But her fit is great. So I wasn't really a fan of it. I actually like Winters better, but this particular picture of Winters doesn't because I didn't see through part with the I don't yeah. Anyway. Sit it down or I'll sit it down for you. Jamie E. Remember what Joy had on? I did talk about because Carlos. I said, Carlos, where is your shirt? He got the vest. He got the. Where's your shirt, Carlos? It's a look, I guess. Irena, I didn't like the top part of hers. You didn't like Joy? Oh, Joy. I don't even remember what the hell Joy had on, child. I just remember seeing Clifton's ankles and them freaking sneakers. And then Quick had on the loafers and that little thing looking like a choker, driving me crazy. I digress. Like I said, I'm gonna hopefully get some better pictures. This is what I could run and grab off of IG real quick before I hopped up here. Because usually I don't even do pictures for this show. In the finale, Quick left the party to go to. Yep, sure did. Sure did. With Quick, why are we talking about that? Because he has no intentions of changing. And he said that in the finale. And he basically said that in the reunion. Carlos tried to throw him a bone. Again, I was tuning that out. We're going to talk about it real quick. But yeah. He want to be laid up in a hospital somewhere. I'm gonna let him do whatever he want to do. So Quick says he wants everyone around him to be billionaires. And I said, sigh, I guess. Is what I have in my notes. Sigh, I guess. We talk about how Ashley is dealing with it, and she says we talk about why Ashley's dealing with it. And then I said, she's not. And that's why we're having all these issues now, because all of her issues with other people. Irena kind of said it early in the season, and it kind of stung a lot of it when she said it. Like, her husband ain't never home. Maybe it's because her husband ain't never home and she don't get no attention. And I was like, ooh, I knew at that moment that they were no longer friends because there's no way you would have said that about your friend in front of a camera. Now, I might pull you to the side and be like, girl, listen, I know your husband ain't there. I know you go TLC. I'm going to be there as a friend, give you woo, woo, woo and hugs. But to just put it out there like that, I was like, yeah. But I mean, then again, she is not wrong. Oh, child. Wait. And my nose is nosy. My nose is nosing. My nose is nosing. Oh my god. Give me a nose break, y'all. Give me a nose break. Oh, Lord. Yes. Y'all be cracking me up. Cracking me up. Ah. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. All right, y'all. I got it on a loop. Let me get this down and get back and finish up this thing, child. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Child, and I forgot to take my allergy medicine today. I might take a Benadryl before I go to sleep, just to never not just to knock it all. Child, it. It didn't used to be, but now this is where we are. Because I use the seasons. I gotta ram up on on my allergy medicine, and now it's like age. Who knows? So she says she does not basically want to live her life like this. And Carlos is asking if you will walk away from the marriage if things don't change. And she says that she would. Um, do you think that Quick chooses his career over you? She says yes. I said that hurt. Um, I think Carlos also is asking Quick, does that hurt him to hear it? And he says yes. And he's trying, but he's really not. He as he's talking, he's really not offering any um solution, any explanations, any nothing productive, nothing that moves them past where they are now. Yes, they do, and they are not. And Ashley needs to, if she's been going to therapy on and off for 10 years, she's got a lot more work to do. So Carlos is asking him, like, what's the percentage of happiness? You're happy versus unhappy. And Ashley says 50-50. And I was like, yikes. Yes, girl, that's my favorite word. Yikes. If you couldn't tell. I was like, that's 50-50 consistently, not if I okay. So Carlos starts relating his mom to Ashley. His mom just passed. His mom wanting more for herself, much like I guess Ashley, did, and wanted to be more than just, a mom, a wife and a mom. I know all the mamas out there get it, single or not. I'm a single mom, but even as a single mom, you're always gonna want more for yourself. And if you don't have more for yourself, then sometimes you can't even show up correctly for your kids. So I totally got it. He got really deep into it, and I was like, I can't even. But I got the essence of what he's saying. He said it before, so I was like, oh, okay, Carlos, we're gonna give you that. So I think he's asking Quick, like, what is he willing to change about his workload? And he acts like there's nothing he can do. And I was just confusion. And that's why I was like, this is she just gonna have to look past it because I feel like kind of what happened was she complained about it, but then when she did the book and she picked up pace a little bit, she complained about it less. So it still bothered her, but she was like busy within her own rights, so she kind of cut him some slack. And that's where we got. But then when you're having the health issues are a clear indication for you to slow down or stop, right? And he's not doing that. So that's also causing a rift. That is why she's so angry between her husband not being home. Like I said, Irena alluded to her husband not being home, not spending time with her. He's getting sick. Irena didn't allude to that. The situation with her mom. That's why she's like that. That's probably why Ashley's so angry. I wonder how she deals with her children in the real world. Yeah. She's got teenagers, so Lord knows, okay? Or was the daughter a teenager? Maybe just the son is a teenager. That's why the son is giving problems. This is how we got into the whole thing with LJ to begin with, right? So, yeah. Yeah. And I hope she doesn't take it out too harshly on them because I know, that's something we have to be mindful of with their children. So Carlos is telling him, listen, you need to open up this schedule. Um, Tell your people the same way they're planning your events and your community service that they need to schedule in some Ashley time. And I'm like, yeah, for sure. So Carlos asked if they tried therapy, and Ashley says that she is in therapy all the time. Why aren't you in therapy with her? Quick, child. He didn't have no answer. He basically was like, if she scheduled it, I'll show up. But Ashley's like, I'm not holding his hand. Um, if he wanted to do it, he would. 110%. I agree. If he wanted to do it, he would. Now, I wonder, has she even tried? Because he says if she scheduled it, he show up. Has she actually scheduled it? But I get where she's saying would not want to chase him around. Like I got two kids to run behind. I'm not about to run behind you and force you to do something that you should be doing to try to preserve your marriage. But in marriages, a lot of times one of the spouses think the other one ain't gonna go nowhere, and it's usually the man thinking the woman's not gonna go nowhere, and you can get a rude awakening like that. um yeah, and that's actually when Carlos advised him to have his people schedule some Ashley time. It makes sense. When she's busy, it's not. Yeah, when she's busy, she kind of cuts him a little bit slack, and I feel like that's the difference from season 1 to 2 and 2 to 2B. But 2B we're kind of or 3 we're kind of rounding back to where she's like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Hey, Greta. Hey, hey, hey. So, and I think the reason why she's winding back to it is she was letting him live, but now you're getting sick again. He was just sick with didn't the man just have the gout in season 2? Didn't you just have the gout? That's a huge red flag. That's a change in your diet. That's a change in exercise. Like, then they had the whole thing with his hand and you DJing and you might not have use to your hand. Like, you're not taking your life that seriously, but we get to the petty package. Which show is more difficult, Ready to Love or Love and Marriage DC? Love and Marriage DC. So we get the good, the bad, and the ugly. With Ashley revealing that they were married. Her and Ashley getting into an argument at the Christmas Eve party and all of that. Yes, I agree. These reality shows should require them to actively see a therapist. They should. And also because it takes time. It takes time. I've been in therapy with this particular therapist. This is my third go. The first one I went when I was younger. My parents kind of forced me into it. She was not a good fit at all. Then I went after my last son. I believe I had postpartum after my second son, but I kind of just plowed through it. But after my third one, I had some postpartum. I went to another therapist. She was pretty decent, but I was looking for a little something different. So now this is my third. It's a Black woman. I feel like she's a perfect fit. But I had a moment of transparency with you guys yesterday. The week is what it is and life is what it is. And I had scheduled Diara from Detroit for a live last night. I was supposed to have a therapy appointment via Zoom. I get on. Well, I'll just say, like I said earlier, because this is not to blame her, me. We got our signals crossed, and I didn't have my appointment last night, and I kind of had a little mini meltdown, and I was like, "Am I going to do the live?" And then I was like, "No, you committed. You put it up there. You're going to do the live, whether somebody comes through or not." Then I was going to move it up, and I went on time, did the live, got off, and then I just kind of, had a little ice cream with my son. We laid in bed, we watched a little TV. Like I said, I took my magnesium, my ashwagandha, and took my behind to bed because I had to go to work this morning. But it's like I had to try and pull myself out of it. And I digress. We got off on a little tangent, but it happens. So that's why that was my whole point in getting off on a tangent. We're coming up on a year and I have so much to do. I can't even fully say that we have conquered One thing emotionally, I had one other situation she did help me with, because by trade she says she's a social worker. So there's some other things that I had going on that she helped me with in that area. But in terms of my emotion, I don't think we've fully tackled one thing. We've been working on an array of things. Boundaries is a thing. Uh, self-love is a thing. We working on it. So that's why when I say Ashley on and off for 10 years should have been able to she should have been able to tackle a number of things. But also when life is giving you, you do the best you can. Joy and Clifton, child. Joy and Clifton. So Carlos talks about the Petties keeping the wedding a secret, being married a secret. Production didn't even know. He asked why they did it. I asked that too, and I know people have asked in the past, what was it that they were trying to get a wedding on the show? They didn't really address that, but Clifton is basically just saying that they wanted to have something for themselves, which is also what Joy said, which I don't understand, because I think this is his third marriage. He's the one that wanted the marriage. She didn't really care so much about it. And she's the one that said she wanted something for herself. They met on television, and since then, everything that they've done has been televised. So I was just like, yeah, child, I guess. I haven't been in a situation, so I'm trying to I scared myself. Oh gosh. So we get into Ashley feeling bad for telling Alicia. Joy's like, it didn't seem remorseful, and Ashley's like, well, initially it wasn't. Child, they get into a whole backwards and forwards. And then Ashley's like, I called you first. We talked on the phone. You said you needed some time. I called you back later. I also sent you a text. So I was siding with Ashley only a little baby bit, because even with doing all of that, when somebody tells you, just like the man woman thing, if I tell you I need time, I need time. And how much time that could be is up to me. When you do me wrong, you don't get to decide when I get over it. I hate that. Can't stand that. Men do that with women a lot, but this is just a friend relationship. We're doing the same thing. You hurt me, you do me wrong, and now you like, B, I apologize. I need you to get over it. I will get over it when I get over it, okay? So there's that. You call BS on them. Yeah. I didn't watch this season. I'm just going off of everybody else and what I can see. They televise the engagement themselves. Nobody. I'm gonna just set that right there. I'm gonna just sit there right there for the people. For the people on the replay, I'm gonna just sit that right there for y'all. Okay. Joy and Clifton. Okay. So Carlos brings up, Joy said, because I wrote this wrong. Joy told Clifton that she told Ashley that they were married, and he said that she would use it against them. And Carlos is asking him, like, why did he say that? Child, what Clifton said was real fuzzy, because I was like, wait, huh? What was the reason? What was the reason? But Ashley's like, if I wanted to use it against y'all, I could have went to production and let the thing hang off, because it was more of a lie than a secret. And I was like, oh my. And that's why, we kind of bring up, did you want a wedding on the show? Like, what are we even doing here? So, child, they're bringing up some situation, and Clifton was there and was eating crabs, or they were supposed to be eating crabs, and then he was really talking to Carmen, and quick, something about handling business, and child, quick brought that up, and Clifton's like, oh, well, did you handle the business? Is that what you did? Because you said you was going to handle the business. And of course, they show us that clip. And then, it's like, oh, shut the F up, say less. It's the back and forth. I'm different. It could go down, and, all kinds of things. And I see I'm using my New York, and I'm not using my marriage and my two and you. Sorry, y'all. I digress, because I do love a Baltimore accent. I love a Baltimore accent, and I love a New Orleans accent. But Child. Quick jumps up, child. He got his loafers on, his little choker or whatever he got on, and Clifton is calling him Scrappy Doo, and I hollered because I have somebody that I call Scrappy Doo, and I'm like, not you, big grizzly bear, calling him Scrappy Doo. It was funny, but it wasn't funny, and I don't even like Clifton, okay? So it looks like they're, trying to clear the stage, but Quick is still fired up and he's doing his little Napoleon man thing. Don't come on here and come for me because I'm a little YouTuber. But if you come for me, just don't come for my looks, okay? Just say what you want to say, and if that's gonna make my numbers go up, then make my numbers my numbers go up. But I digress. So then Ashley's, talking her ish, and Clifton is talking her ish, and Ashley's like, they waited till, got off the camera to say something, to the stage to say something, and part two and part 2 and part 3 is coming, y'all. It didn't really give that much. It was spicy at the beginning and spicy at the end, but it really didn't have to be spicy at the beginning because when Irena was popping off on Ashley, it really wasn't warranted. It's not to say that, Ashley don't be wrong and Ashley don't be a mean girl. I ride to Ashley a little bit, but I can also, admit who's wrong in the situation because I'm not going to be sitting up here sounding stupid, okay? Play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. You're not gonna be like, here, that don't even make no fucking sense, girl. It don't make no fucking sense. So I try to do right by that. Now, hopefully, because next week it's only one episode, we don't got to do like an 11:30 live because it's just one and done. We don't got to watch 2 hours almost worth of TV and take notes and then have to run on IG and try to grab some doggone photos and can't get no photos. And this is what we got. We got the Duncans coming through. We got Yusha's old using ass coming through. And like I said, if you didn't watch that Color Me Pink little tea, go on over to my community tab, scroll on down, click, and listen to the interview with her in Winter, okay? She got that shit off, okay? Shout out to the YouTube content creators, all right? I forgot to put the one by really BTV up there with the Duncans because your girl be putting all the things. Something else I wanted to mention when I got on here, but if I don't take no notes about it, your girl do not be remembering. So there's that. Okay. If Clifton be like, put them paws on him, Mr. He's so freaking long. Like, how you gotta get up. You literally gotta get up under. Quick, stick and move. I don't know. Or come up from the back. That's why Jamie was trying to bring that folding chair from the back of the stage. Yusha is a user. Yes. Wait, 3 parts? When the Essence Hustles back on the following week. Don't tell me I'm about to be 2 and 3 next week. JB. It's 3 parts, JB. That's what they said. It's a 3-part reunion. JB. Huntsville is back. Why did I think Huntsville was back like May 10th? So we got the 20th. When is Huntsville back again? Winter. Oh my God, I have to get into my Winter voice because she goes with the flow. And so I just learned a lot of things about love and on marriage. And then me and Yusha. Yeah, Winter be doing a lot. Okay? I have to get into it. I don't think I nailed it quite that time. I'm gonna get it again next time. Oh, let's take these people down so I can say goodbye to my people. JB, what's the date for Huntsville? Wait, I might have screenshot it in here to put it up here for next month for Huntsville. Oh, Huntsville is May 4th. Okay. Yeah, we're still gonna make it in time. Yeah, okay, the 4th of May. Oh my God, whose birthday is the 4th of May? Oh, my grandmama. Ooh, sorry, grandma. I'm like that sounds familiar. And my friend from high school. Sorry, grandma. May 4th. All right. So yeah, so the 20th is part 3 and the 27th is the 20th is 420. Get your little smoke on. It's so funny. I didn't even half know what that was. And then I had my son's 16th birthday on 420 and everybody was like making 420 jokes. And I was like, hey, yeah, I'm not a smoker, can't you tell? So yeah, Saturday 420 will be part 2, and then I'm assuming Saturday 427 will be part 3, and then the following week we flow right into Love and Marriage. Huh? Sure. Thank you. You sent me something? Okay. Sorry, y'all. Oh, he sure did. I've been on it that long. He gonna have to wait a minute. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, y'all. You know, my kids sometimes they ping in and they ping out. Anybody coming through on the replay, leave a comment, hashtag replay, drop an emoji, all of the good things. You know, your girl loves a good upside down smiley face. My best friend's like, what does that mean? I don't know. I just like it. It's like I'm over the moon, happy. I'm upside down. Flames, waves, 100, whatever you want. It just helps your girl with her engagement. Appreciate you much, 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 much. Also, this is a growing channel. I'm trying to get to that 1,000 by the end of the year. Please help me get to 500 by June 1st. It will be an awesome birthday present. Please and thank you. What are we saying here before we skip out of here? Oh, I forgot to put my watch yourself, Candy Love, because I had LASIK. I had LASIK, but I don't know how long LASIK lasts with the astigmatism. So yeah. Let's see, my kid about to be 9, so that means I had LASIK at least 10 years. Yikes. Candy Love. We're gonna blame it on the lights. Blame it on the lights. Something ain't right. And then you get in next week. So it's perfectly, they got to perfectly time it, because you got me a little nervous. I was like, are they about to shove all of them on the same weekend and make me crazy? Because this was too much. It's the light. We're blaming it on the light. Okay? That's what we're blaming it on. God, I appreciate you guys for coming through. I'm just going to give you a really quick rundown before I run off of here and make sure I have everything set up, because it's always at the last minute. Something ain't where it's supposed to be, and I'm stuttering and stammering and trying to make sure everything is where it's supposed to be at. So, there's that. All right, let's get that up there. So I did Diara from Detroit last night. Please go give your girl some views. Give your girl some watch. They're doing me dirty on that. They're also doing me dirty on Summer House Martha's Vineyard, which I did on Wednesday. I did that on Wednesday. I did y'all from Detroit yesterday on Friday. Got this tonight. I will try to break it in half during the week for the good people. So that'll be 2 other pieces of content. Put that up there. That way, if somebody just wants to watch, the finale and the reunion or the reunion, it works. It helps. So I will do that. That is it basically for me for the weekend. But I will be on Inga 70. I'm gonna try to. I have one setup to come here. Thank you, Candy. A friend of the family with Inga 71 on her channel. Candy's gonna be there. Aries. I forgot who else. Tune in and check us out for that. Also, we are doing Ready to Love Season 9, Part 2 of the reunion, again on English channel, me, Hurricane, and LAMDC. I will be casting it over here. So, either way, just check me out. Keep the notifications on. You know how it all goes. Like I said, go run those numbers up, because I did a cute little Easter short vlog, and YouTube ain't put that out there either. Me and my son bothered them all day on Easter, run around getting a bunch of little shots. And it got like 20 views. It's like, and the more and more I put up here, it seems like the less it pushes me out. I digress. I'm not even going to talk about that. I appreciate you all. Keep your notifications on, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.